Welcome back to the Sing Confidently Live Creatively podcast. Estelle here. I'm a singer, actor, vocal coach, and host of this podcast. And I'm so excited that you are here spending time with me today. Today, we're talking about how you can, as an adult, start singing again. If you're coming back to singing for the first time and you haven't really done it in a while, or you've been singing, but you're really ready to level up and like really take it seriously, and you're kind of wanting some guidance as to what to focus on, what to do, this should help you. This is going to be like just three really clear things that you can start to do today to start singing as an adult. It's beginner friendly. So even if you're just beginning again, this isn't going to be overwhelming. These are just going to be practical things to think about. And this is not like an exhaustive list. These are just three things that came to mind for me that, looking back at my own story and my own journey, how I came back to singing. Well, really, just like I was always singing. I grew up singing and was still singing even in college. But after college, decided to really, when I decided to really pursue this path as an actor, singer, performer with intention, these are some of the things that I came up against that I had to move past and overcome. And so I want to share them with you so that you kind of have a heads up as to what to focus on as you are starting. Okay. Before we get into that, I want to just share a quick little message that was not little, but a quick message that was left in our Facebook group, the Sing Confidently Live Creatively community. It's an online Facebook group. I know you might not all be on Facebook, and that's totally fine. But if you are and you haven't joined the group, you definitely are going to want to, because I just share in there like about the podcast and stuff, and it's just an opportunity for people to talk and connect and stuff, since usually, otherwise it's just me talking to you. You don't really get to talk back to me, but that's a way that you can kind of check in with me, ask me questions, we can talk to each other. But one of you guys who listens said that you found me through the podcast, and this person, Ashley, she commented in our Facebook group saying that her vocal warm-ups helped her achieve her goal of being able to sing the Star Spangled Banner at an event, which is just such a beautiful, like, just reading that made me so grateful for you guys, for you listening and being able to use what you hear on this podcast to actually help you move forward in your journey as singers. Like, that is so inspiring. So I just wanted to share that she mentioned that she said that in the group. She said, because of your vocal warm-ups, it helped me achieve my goal. And I just needed to say that and share that with you guys listening, to know that, like, I hope that my vocal warm-ups, my singing tips, my creative tips, my interviews, like everything that I share on this podcast, I hope it's helping you achieve your goal as a singer, your goals as a singer, as an artist, as a performer, someone who's just getting back into singing for the first time in a while. I hope that you feel supported when you listen to this podcast. And again, if you haven't joined our Facebook group, go ahead and join at creativelybyestelle.com/community. Just go to my website and then just do /community, and that'll get you to the community page where you can join from there. And also, if you've never taken a lesson with me or chatted with me in person, virtually, then you can also grab a lesson at creativelybyestelle.com/studio if you'd like to work with me on any of the things that we're talking about today. So these are three things that I would love for you to consider if you're starting to sing again as an adult. You're beginning to sing again, or you're really taking this seriously and you want to pursue this with intention and with focus, and you don't want to back down. These are three things you must keep in mind. Number one, this is a huge one, is you don't compare, but instead embrace your sound. Don't compare, embrace your sound. This is essential, and it's something that I had to learn quickly when I began to pursue this with intention and really focus on like developing my voice, going to auditions. Like, you will stop and give up if you are constantly comparing and you don't like your own sound. You need to learn to embrace and love your sound. And the way that you're going to do that is through play, through experimentation, through trying things out in lessons, in places where you feel safe. That's why lessons are so helpful, is that like you can be with a safe person and just like try something new and have that person give you immediate, instant feedback, where you're not like wondering like, okay, is that going to work, or how do I do this differently? Like, no, like you get instant feedback, and it's during this safe space of experimentation and playfulness. And so instead of giving into comparison, you need to start to embrace your sound. This is like number one before you even get into the technical things of like, how do I breathe properly? How do I do? Like, yes, you're going to do all of that definitely from day one of any lesson that you take with me, but also from day one of any, any way that you are growing as a singer. Definitely you're going to work on the technique, but the heart of it, the mindset of it is so important. And if you are comparing your voice to other people in a way that's making you feel like your sound isn't good enough and you're not embracing your sound, you're not embracing where you are as a beginner through play and through experimenting and through trying different things in a safe space, like you're going to want to give up very quickly because you're going to be like, oh, I'm never going to get to sound like this person that I hear on TikTok, or I'm never going to sound like this person that I hear singing this song that I love, right? So instead of comparing, try to just play around with what your voice can do in your lessons, in your voice practice time, in your car when you're just singing for fun. Like play around with what your voice can do and try to practice embracing your sound, noticing the good things that are happening in your voice, noticing what's working well, what's feeling good. And that's how you can embrace your own sound and fall in love with your own voice and go from there. Okay. So that is number one. Like, don't compare, embrace your sound. You got to do this by playing, experimenting, singing and recording yourself and then listening back to yourself. You guys know I talk about that all the time. If you're not doing that, you're going to have a hard time really learning to love your voice. And then you're going to have a hard time continuing to keep going. Because if you don't love how you sound, like you're not going to want to keep singing, right? So that's number one. Okay, number two is a little bit more practical and tactical, but still super important. Number two is learn about your voice. Learn about your voice and about the voice. Like, how does the voice actually work? Learn like actual facts about how breath works, about how what is resonance. Do you know what I say if I say the word resonance? Have a vocal teacher explain that to you in a way that makes sense to you. Make sure you actually understand it, understand what it means when I'm saying like your chords are not closing, like chord closure, like knowing those things. It's not because of like, oh, I just need to know fancy terminology, but like it just helps you to know what your instrument is actually doing, because your instrument is not like a piano. You can't see your instrument in the way that you can see a piano in front of you, right? You can see a trumpet, you can see a guitar, you can see where, oh, this string is, you're not plucking the string in the right way because your thumb is like not sideways enough. Oh, okay, that's one thing, but you can't do that with your voice. You can't like say, okay, I can see where I need to shift this vocal fold in this way. Like, no, you can't see it. So we have terminology, we have things that we use to describe the voice, things that are research based that voice teachers use. And so it's really helpful to make sure you're asking questions about the actual facts about how your voice works so that you're not confused and that you know how the voice works. Like, and then you can learn about, and then you'll start to be able to apply it to your own voice, and you'll be able to be like, oh, this is how my voice is resonating in this way. Oh, resonance. So that means how the sound is bouncing around in my throat and my mouth. Okay. So if I change my vowel in this way, then my resonance is going to sound brighter versus darker, right? So knowing what that sounds like in your own voice, that starts with knowing what that means in the voice in general, like period, just like knowing how the voice works. And especially important with this is knowing how the breath works. That's why I talk a lot about breath support and breathing. I have an episode called Breath Support 101, like several episodes back, that you can go and listen to that will help you with that. But because there's a lot of misconceptions around breathing and singing. So, but breath is your power. So if you understand, if you're not really sure about like why breath is so important to singing, right? That's something that you definitely would want to learn about. So learning about your voice as an instrument is something super important as you're beginning to sing again as an adult in your 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s plus, like you're starting to sing again. Make sure that you really know the facts about how the breath works as a singer, how resonance works, how do your vowel shapes change your sound. Really learn about that by listening to my podcast, right? Asking me questions in my Facebook group, asking a vocal coach questions, whether you have a voice teacher wherever you are, or if you want to learn with me, you know how to connect with me and grab a lesson. But make sure that you know how these things work and then start to explore how they work in your own voice. Then you can play around with different vowel sounds and how that shapes your resonance as a singer in your own voice, right? So learning about the voice and then applying that to your own voice. So that's number two, is like learn about the voice as much as you can, like even if it's just like the very basics of vocal anatomy and breath, like that will help you so much as you move forward as a singer. Okay, and my third tip, in order for you to really feel confident as you start to sing again as an adult, to help you build your confidence and to help you to just do the thing, not give up. Because when you start singing again as an adult, you're going to have questions in your mind of like, should I even do this? Like, do I even have time for this? Like, what am I doing? Or like, even if you're wanting to do this as a career, you're going to be like, oh, it's not making me money right now. So, like, what's the point of this? You're going to want to give up. You're going to want to give up. You're going to want to give up. Did I say that already? You're going to want to give up. Okay. Have I said that? Yeah, I've said that because it's true. Like it's so true. And so this third piece is super important. It's something that I'm learning a lot recently, and I know I'm going to keep learning a lot about this year particularly. And that tip is to ask for support. Say it with me. Ask for support. Some of you guys didn't say it just now. That's okay. I still love you. But seriously, ask for support. Okay. I I don't know. Maybe you're like me. You probably are in some way because you're listening to me and you've been listening for a while. But I'm not the best at asking for help. I just like to try to do things on my own. I don't know. I don't know what it is, right? It's pride, honestly. It's just like being a human. But we like to try to do things on our own, you know? Meanwhile, we were made for connection. And so I just encourage you that if you're really wanting to pursue singing as an adult, ask for support. The best thing that I did when I, went from medical school to starting to apply to music school, starting to pursue this career, the best thing that I did was that I was able, by the grace of God, I was able to seek support, even though that, like I said, I like to try to do things on my own, but I asked for support. I found a dance class. I asked the dance teacher for anyone that she thought would be helpful to me. She connected me to my mentor, who's still my mentor as a creative to this day. Um, and I started taking voice lessons. I found a vocal coach, and that led to another vocal coach that led to me now having this vocal coach who I respect so much, who's helped me so much, even just in a few lessons. Like, that's how powerful working with a voice teacher can be. Like, the right voice teacher that you click with, who, like, I don't know, who can explain things to you in a way that you haven't even thought of before. Like, in a few lessons, it can be a change, like a turnaround. And that's literally how it's been with me, with this coach that I'm working with currently. So, but like, it started with me asking one person and then another person, and then that connected to someone else and someone else. And literally, like, my first like professional acting gig that I ever got paid for to do a few years ago, it was literally just by asking like a random connection, like just talking, opening my mouth and asking for help. And so, like, just open your mouth, ask for help, open your email, like send an email, go to my website, book a lesson, like book a free consultation. You don't even have to do a lesson with me. Just grab a free call, a free consultation, and ask for help. You never know how one little thing that someone can say can really help you to find the solution of something that you've been thinking through and thinking through and thinking through on your own. And so connect with other singers. Look, when you go to auditions, find, connect to the other people in the audition room, ask them for their Instagram, connect with them online, say hi to them, ask them for other things that they're auditioning for, ask them about how they got into acting, connect with people, go and sing with people, join a community choir, join your church choir, sing with people just around you for fun, just with your friends, do karaoke, like connect with other people who are also wanting to sing, and seek out their tips and their ideas as well, and be willing to just ask. Like, so many things the Bible says you have not because you ask not. And it's like, it's such an important principle. Like, ask questions, ask people for help. You never know what can happen. You never know what can happen or how you can inspire people, right? Come and connect in our Facebook group and ask for help. Ask about things that you don't understand yet. And I'm literally in there every week and I'll answer your question for free. Like I will answer it with a whole video or a paragraph. And I don't hold back. I give all the information that I possibly can to my Facebook group people or email me and I'll do the same thing, right? So ask for help, whatever opportunity you get to get support as a singer in this journey as you're starting again in your 20s, 30s, 40s, etc. And you don't, you haven't quite gotten to where you want to be yet as a singer. You know what? You're not going to get there alone. You're just not. You're going to ask for help. You're going to need other people. So make sure you get that support. I think I have talked about that enough, but that is my third tip for you. So if you are beginning to sing again as an adult, these are the three things that I really, really, really want you to focus on for like your very first steps is number one, make sure that you are not comparing, but start to practice embracing your sound. That means playing around with your voice, trying things out with your warm-ups, trying things out when you're singing, really making sure that you are practicing consistently. And when you're practicing, you are working on embracing your own unique sound and not comparing how you sound to other people. Number two, you're going to want to learn about your voice first by learning about the actual facts about how the voice works, and then actually applying that to your voice, listening to your voice, listening back to how you're sounding, and learning more about how your voice works specifically. Like learn about your instrument, right? And then thirdly, the third tip is to make sure you're asking for support. Connect with other singers at auditions, connect with other singers in your area, join Facebook groups about for singers in your area, actors in your area, performers in your area. Take lessons, book a lesson with me, grab a consultation with me. If you just want to do a free call, you can do that too. Sing with people around you and connect with other people in our free Facebook group as well. So those are my three tips for you if you are beginning to sing again. I know that it seems like these are like not like, oh, do this for a better breath support. Oh, do this to help your vocal power or range or whatever. Don't worry, I have those episodes too, and more to come. But these are really fundamental things that sometimes we don't think about. But if you do not get these done, if you are not working on these three things, it's going to be very easy for you to give up. I can give you all the tips about how to sing better, how to hit high notes and how to breathe and all these things, which I have given and I do give and will continue to give. However, you're not even going to be consistent with doing those things if you are comparing yourself, if you don't know how your voice actually works, or if you're not asking for support. So those three things are really, really key to you being able to grow as a singer. As an adult, I'm here for you, cheering you on. I really believe you can do this. I know you can because I'm doing it and I'm here on this journey with you. And so I'm here for you guys. If you need any help whatsoever, again, you can go to creativelybyestelle.com/community to check out our free group. You can also go to creativelybyestelle.com/studio to book a lesson with me. And I would love to help you with any of these things that we talked about today. Have an amazing day, and I'll talk to you later. Thank you so, so much for listening to today's episode and to this show. I'm so in awe of you for being here and showing up for your creative gifts. That takes courage. Don't forget to join the performing arts community on Facebook for support and inspiration as you continue on your journey. If this episode helped or inspired you in any way, please leave a review on Apple Podcasts and share it with someone. It means so, so much. Thank you again, and don't forget to keep singing, acting, dancing, performing, and living creatively. Talk to you next time.